All right, today we're actually diving into a super crucial secret from Brian Tracy's book called The 21 Success Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires. And today we're going to be talking about something that is so simple yet powerful that it can literally reprogram your path to success or whatever it is that you're aiming for. So if you're ready to stop just hoping and start knowing exactly where you're going, let's get into it. Alright, so welcome back to another episode of Stay Focused Unplugged. So I've been going through this book called The 21 Success Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires by Brian Tracy. And honestly, it's really game changing. And it's something so simple, but it's often overlooked. And that thing is actually clarity. Now, think about it for a second. We all have dreams, right? And big ones to that. Maybe it's getting into a specific university. Maybe it's starting your own online business. Probably even getting married one day. Whatever that thing is. And we just often find ourselves kind of drifting towards them. And we find ourselves thinking about them a lot. But how often do we get crystal clear on what it actually is? So Brian Tracy, in his book, he basically says, if you want to be successful, and if you want to be like, one of those self-made millionaires, then you gotta start with absolute, undeniable clarity. And with that, it cannot be like, I want to be rich. No, it has to be more than that. It has to be something like, I want to have X amount of money by X date, living like Z type of life at Y type of place. And doing this specific type of work. Now, he talks about how most people never achieve their goals because their goals aren't actually goals. They're just wishes. Like when you have a wish list. And they're very vague ideas just floating around in their heads. And you can't hit a target if you're blindfolded. And it's the same thing like if you are trying to probably navigate to your supermarket or your friend's house, your family's house, and you've never been there before. You have no idea what the house looks like. You just hope to get there. And that is actually how we treat our ideas and our goals and whatever we're trying to achieve. You're just kind of hoping to get there somewhere or the other. So the book basically emphasizes that a self-made millionaire, they write down their goals. And I mean, like physically write down their goals on pen, with pen and paper. So they make them very specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. It's what's called SMART goals. And then they review them constantly. They go over it, and it gives their brain this type of GPS system for success, or whatever it is that they're aiming for. And I mean, even for me, with this podcast, Stay Focused Unplugged, when I started, if I just said, hey, I want to make a podcast, and that was it, then I'll probably still not have started this channel for another probably 20 years or so, right? And even when the idea came to me many years ago, it was something like that, where I knew I wanted to do the podcast, but I didn't know who it was for, and I didn't know how I was going to start it. I didn't know anything. I just knew I wanted to start something. But it's not until I actually sat down and became very specific as to what is it that I'll be talking about, the type of topics, the audience, then things became much more clear for me. And I also just knew what to do because they were right in front of me. The steps were there. What I needed to get there, what I needed to do to get there, the equipment, all that. And I remember also there was this other exercise I did way before that, where I made a list of life goals, where I wanted to be in the next 5 years. And I could tell you 2 of them that I remember that actually came through. And they did because I was actually very specific. And one was about earning foreign currency. And the other was about getting married and settling down, which you can see is checked. As for the others, they didn't come through because I was still very vague, and truth be told, it was because I just didn't know what I wanted. So I'm saying all this to say that I'm not just telling you something I read in a book, but actually something I've done personally, and I've seen it work. Right? I've witnessed the results firsthand, and I just really want to share this with you as well. So, that being said, what's the big takeaway for us here today? It's this: stop wishing and start defining. Take that big blurry dream and just zoom in. Get ridiculously specific. Write it down. Make them measurable. Because when you do that, you're not just hoping anymore. You're actually building a blueprint. You're giving yourself a clear signal and a sense of direction. So, as always, I want to hear from you. What's one dream or goal that you are going to get crystal clear on today? And don't just think about it, actually write it down. Make it specific, and then drop it in the comments below. And that's it for today. Until next time, stay focused, get super clear, and remember, just unplug a bit and craft your vision. You can do this. You got this.